peeps, we're doing something different today. You'll never guess what. We are going on a road trip to Woodlawn, and at Woodlawn is some bees that have made their home inside of a wall of a house, and we're going to go and drag them out. I have some cohorts with me. Where are you, Joe? And I don't know how much I'll get to video, but we're going to go see what we can do. Okay, we've arrived, but I need some fuel for the smoker, so we're going to come over here to this pine tree and see if we can't gather up some pine needles, because it's the best thing for smokers. So here we go. Got me a bag of pine needles. Now we're going to go see about getting the smoker lit and looking at the bees. Okay, we're going to look at the bees. And there they are. They have made their home here. Not a good place. Doesn't look too bad, does it, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're hungry.
Yep.
We're gonna starve out of here if we're not careful. Yeah, that's gonna be. Where is he?
Right around the corner.
Did he put his bee veil on? Where's the? She won't be able to fly because she's too fat. Basically what they do is they feed her all full of food, and then she gets all heavy so that she can lay eggs. And so right now she can't fly. If they were gonna swarm, they stop feeding her or feed her less, and she gets nice and trim, and then she can fly. So we're gonna
Evolution standards.
We're going to pull this right over here because I want it close by so that as soon as we can, they can start figuring out what's going on here. Jean,
Yep,
I'm going to ask you to do one thing for me.
Yep.
I don't think this is going to go out, but
Keep it going.
well, I'm going to try and see how it goes here. What I can't tell is how far back in this goes. So we do have a little bit of juice in this one. So what we'll do is we'll put this in here like this. You need the knife here? Do it like this. And then what you do, you come right over here. And you put one in like that. You follow? Yep. Another one on the other side. And you're welcome to go and do that if you want. There you have one. Right. Now I didn't look on there to see if there was a queen was on there, but I don't think she is.
She wouldn't normally be on the one with the brood. Well, this doesn't have brood. This has got some honey.
So
in
one
it.
of the problems we're going to run into here is that this goes back in, and these are going to be too tall for our frames, and so we're going to have to trim off and lose some. But let's see if I can't get this out of here.
Do you have another frame? What do we need? 4 of them, Joe?
Probably. Help me look for a queen. I don't see her, so what we're going to do is kind of set this in there like that. Now, what I'd like you to do is I'll hold this, Jean, and you strap it. Okay?
I got a bunch on my hand, Larry.
And a little bit more. Yeah, that's good.
No, that'll make them angry.
The smoke is supposed to be calming.
Let's look for a queen.
Let's see on this side.
Let's see her over here, yeah. Let's just hope we got her. These are coming out almost exactly the right
I know,
height.
we're not even having to trim them down. That's pretty good.
That's pretty awesome. Go away, you little bastard. Oh, sorry.
What, you can come more frames?
Well, looks like we only have one more comb here. Well, there may be a tiny one back in there, but it won't be much. This one here is going to be pretty tall, so. You guys getting stoned?
No,
You see her?
I don't. Which is just odd.
Yeah, I don't see her. Well,
Apparently I ran out.
this could be the problem.
But
I don't know, we haven't found her. Oh, don't lean it.
sorry.
You gotta keep
I was
it
just
vertical.
trying to look.
Yeah, you gotta keep it. You gotta keep it vertical.
Oh, sorry.
Those rubber bands are only so strong. Okay, we do have one more in here. Hopefully she's on this one.
Another frame?
You have one?
Just one more, Larry.
Pick up that piece. Oops.
She's got to be in here somewhere.
Let's see her. Just enough so you can tell the difference.
You don't see her over there?
I don't see her.
Is there something else back in there?
No, just bees. See?
They're hanging pretty good, so is she there?
I don't see her. Of course, there's not much light getting through. Somebody's acting like a very good window. Well, it's going to be a potential challenge because we didn't see her. And we really need to get her.
I was just trying to see if we missed her on this frame, but I don't really see her.
There's some bees.
Anything else in there?
Well, they're in there, but they're not clumping up yet. Yeah, there's a big clump way back there.
She could be where she's at, yeah. Way in the back.
Back to that
I
one.
squashed a couple of them.
Just trying to see if they were conglomerating anywhere, and they're not really.
So we're facing one of the tough challenges with here is that we didn't find her on any of the frames. And if we don't get her in there,
So
they won't come in because she has no way to get in there. They're kind of glumping up in the back there.
So it makes you think she's in there?
Yeah.
You liking that, Joe?
There's no more wax in there though, right?
No. See, she could have run up here and just any number of places where she could have gone.
Going in there. She's got to be back in there somewhere.
just ripping them back in there for weather.
There's stuff up under here.
Yeah. She could be up in there. We're going to peel off some of this stuff here.
Not up there as much as I thought.
This we can hope is that
The daughter just can't see her.
yeah, or they will
Well, I'm
talk
going
her
back there.
into walking over here to the booth.
Oh, fell in a hole.
Yeah, it's not real stable on there.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do here is to make a little bridge, and maybe she'll come up here and walk in. At this point, let's cover him up, Jean.
Let him calm down a bit.
Yeah, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this back up here. Can I take one of these? Sure. Yeah. I just want to block it from the sun, but I think it's up tall. I think this will be good. You going to turn your camera off?
Lid, right?
No, I want to leave it open.
Oh, okay.
I just want to kind of shade them from the sun, and hopefully they'll feel like coming out. Just let them set for a few minutes and let them regroup and see what's happening. They may come out near the front. If I can get them to group out near the front, I'll peel them out, but they're too far back in. I can't reach in and get them without them getting me, because it's hard not to squish them when they're that far back in.
Put a little syrup in here to drag him out. Let's see if it helps. As soon as I figure it out. Again, Joe.
Okay. So your question, they're not going to survive for the winter because, or they wouldn't, because there's just not enough honey in it. So feeding them is necessary. And you asked about candy versus fondant versus sugar water. You want to do sugar water, in my view, or corn syrup if you've got it. Basically, they need that fructose in there, that sucrose. If you give them like the candy, the hard candy, they'll lick that up and they'll take care of it, but they do need to convert it into more of a liquid state so that they can put it in their cells. If you do a 1-to-1 sugar ratio, that's good for building up the stores in the hive for the winter. And so you want to do that to start with, but I would intermix, say, a 1-to-1 to a 1-to-2 ratio. The 1-to-2 ratio makes them think that maybe there's some nectar flowing out there. And if there's a nectar flow, they'll build more bees, because they will then build up their colony stores. Because if they don't have enough honey to last them, they'll keep the bee counts low. So you need to make sure there's lots of honey in there so they build up the strength so they can last the winter time. But basically what they do with that liquid is they go in there and they'll stick it in their cells and they'll dehydrate it just like it's honey, and it'll form down, and you almost can't tell the difference, except it may taste like sugar water if you were to go in and eat it, but it works well for them to eat. But this year there's a lot of beekeepers in this area that I've read that are facing the same issue, because we had such an odd transition and the spring flow was just very minimal. So there's a lot of feeding going on. And I've got some hives I got to feed as well, and my goal is to get them two things: built up strength, and one of the things I think that helps the strength is if you give them a little thinner liquid, so they think that things are coming in, and you give them a little bit and keep it going, so they feel like there's this ongoing nectar flow.
Okay.
And then to bulk up, you do the 1-to-1 ratio, which makes it thicker and less work for them to actually convert it out and put it in the cells so it doesn't spoil.
Tell them about our feeder that we're setting up so they fly.
Oh, we've got a little feeder at the house. You want to be careful about this. A commercial beekeeper would never want to do this because you don't want that much going on, but we bought a little chicken waterer. And you put a gallon of liquid in there and put it down, put some stones in around the little base of it so that they can get out of there.
Okay.
But that gives them some foraging activity.
Okay.
So putting honey directly in there is good, but also making it so they go out and work for it is good. It makes them think that things are going on out there. So that little chicken waterer, 1 gallon chicken water is what we got for that. We're going to try that out and see how that works. Certainly they'll go to it. It just means you don't have to fill it so often. So.
And that would be the thinner syrup.
Yeah, I'd do a 2-to-1 on that one.
Okay.
Then that more likely imitates what they'd get out of a flower.
Okay.
We started that because they won't stay out of my hummingbird feeders.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go look for some. There, you can see how much bigger she is than the rest.
Just peek at her. We found the queen. I don't know if you can see her in there. The bees are already starting to gather around.
So what we're gonna do is let her loose, and she'll go down in there.
Well, you set her in there.
It's supposed to protect it, and they come up from the bottom.
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so they
where
come
it's
up.
the syrup mixing out, they can. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and put this full here,
All right.
and we'll leave them to their own devices, and put this lid on so other bees can't come in.
You want to fill both of them or just the one?
Just the one for now. Okay, that's good. So they'll figure out that if they walk up that hole there, they can get in. Outside bees can't get any in there. But she's going to start singing to them, and you'll see them pretty soon figure out that she's there and come right on over.
Okay.
So you're home free on this one. And what I would do if you can, it's a problem moving bees 50 feet because they're going to come back to this spot, right? So I would leave them there for a few days if you can, so they can all get oriented, and then one evening come and pick them up and take them a mile or 2 away.
Okay.
And put them somewhere else. When you come in the evening, it is risky because when you pick them up, they could want to come out and get you.
Yeah.
So suit up,
All right.
unless you don't mind getting stung. But basically, you can put it in the back of your pickup truck and drive away, and it isn't too bad.
Yeah, the box is sealable too, so I
Yeah.
can just vent them and
Yep.
start moving them.
Correct.
Hot out here, can you tell? Okay, we've got them all heading in there because the queen is found. It's so exciting, woohoo! And so we're getting ready to bug out. He will take care of the rest. I hope this finds you all absolutely flamazing. Stay blessed. Until next time. Hey, you made it to the end. Please hit like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.